What's going on, everybody? Project Rod here, and it is time for racing here in the Season 3 Qualifier. Just a quick reminder though, don't forget to check out my Patreon for early access and exclusive content, link on screen and in the description below. Last time, Nick Morkes and Ice Cream Man took the high jump win here in Salt Lake City, which gave him a three-way tie between him, Megalodon, and Doomsday with 11 points, as well as the event champion tie, or a tie for event champion with 11 points. This was your racing bracket after qualifying. As you can see, there will be no more bye runs, as there are 8 trucks instead of 6 like the past. So all 8 trucks will be facing in round 1. So let's go ahead and get started with round 1 of qualifier racing. First up, it's going to be your fastest qualifier versus your slowest qualifier in Soldier Fortune and Dragon. Let's see what's going to happen here. Both had a pretty good jump off of the start line. Dragon, though, almost coming out of the race lane. Flames plays having some trouble. Soldier Fortune and Brian the Dog Webb looking to have the lead so far, and he is going to take the win, it looks like, and he does take the win. Soldier Fortune and Brian the Dog Webb moving on to round 2. Dragon and Flames plays, unfortunately, has been taken out of racing for today. Next up is going to be Megalodon versus Monster Mutt Husky. Let's see what they can do. Oh, and Husky's bicycling. He's on 2 wheels, but back on all 4s. This may give Megalodon the edge. Comes down to this final turn, and without a doubt, it's going to be Megalodon taking the win away from the Husky. Pretty good race. Nitro Studios, unfortunately, even with the experience, has been knocked out. Ice Cream Man now versus Doomsday. Your high jump winner of the day, Nick Morkes behind Ice Cream Man. Let's see what he can do against the newcomer MMJ producer and Doomsday. Looks like Ice Cream Man has a slight lead over Doomsday. It's going to come down to this turn. Doomsday, though, some trouble. He's able to get a beautiful save after the fact, though it's cost him the race. Ice Cream Man moving on to round 2, or really the semifinals is what it is, given the size of the bracket and how it's lined up. But let's go ahead and move on to the last race of round 1, which is going to be Earthshaker versus Captain's Curse. Both trucks are newcomers to the series. Earthshaker was number 2 in qualifying. Let's see if he can keep that up. Captain's Curse, he's making up some ground, and it's going to be Captain's Curse taking the win over Earthshaker. He'll be moving on to the semifinals to face Ice Cream Man. This is your racing bracket after round 1. Your semifinals is going to be Soldier Fortune versus Megalodon and Ice Cream Man versus Captain's Curse. Let's go ahead and get started for some semifinal racing here in the qualifier. First up, as I mentioned, it's going to be Soldier Fortune versus Megalodon. Brian the Dog Webb has been here before. He actually had a racing win, if I'm not mistaken, back in Anaheim in Season 2 of the Stadium Series, so he's no stranger to winning races. Brandon Thunder, the newcomer, may actually beat him, though, as Brian the Dog Webb made an error that's going to cost him the race. Megalodon taking out the fastest qualifier here in Salt Lake City and moving on to the final round, as now it's going to be Ice Cream Man versus Captain's Curse. Nick Morkes and Ice Cream Man being the more experienced driver coming from the Stadium Series Season 1 and Season 2, but he's making a mistake now and he's on 2 wheels, giving Captain America the advantage. And he's back on 2 wheels. I don't think he's going to be able to control it. He's heading for the container. He's on his side. And on the front 2 tires, Captain's Curse, though, already taking the win. He will be moving on to the final round to face Brandon Thunder and Megalodon. Let's go ahead and take a look at the recap of both rounds as I talk to you about W Energy again, guys. Don't forget to use code Project Rod to receive 10% off of your W Energy order. Beach and Peach is the flavor to go. Link in the description below, as well as the link to my Discord. Discord I'm very new to, not too familiar with, but I'd love to have you there so we can chat. Link in the description below, as well as my Instagram, Project Rod. I try to post there daily. TikTok as well, same username, Project Rod. I post there as often as I can. If you like what you see, be sure to hit that like button, and if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button and help me grow the channel. Let's get to 1100. That's my next goal as we look at the last race of the semifinals. It was a crazy run. crazy one. But now it's going to be Megalodon and Captain's Curse in the final round. Megalodon being 4th fastest, Captain Curse being 7th fastest. And honestly, if you think about it, this is a crazy way to have a final race between a giant shark and a pirate. if you look at it that way, that's kind of cringe. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Let's move on to the final rounds of racing, as Captain's Curse has some trouble early on. If Brandon Thunder can keep it clean, he should be able to take the win no problem, and he does. Megalodon and Brandon Thunder is your winner here in Salt Lake City. So he's going to take the first racing win of the qualifier and gain those 8 crucial points in the series. There's your racing bracket after everything is all said and done. Captain's Curse with that 3-second penalty, and now Megalodon stands on top with 19 points. Ice Cream Man in 2nd, Doomsday in 3rd, or tied for 3rd with Soldier Fortune. The event championship leaderboard stays the same. Next time is going to be skills, so we'll see you there. Just a quick reminder to everybody, don't forget to check out my Patreon for early access and exclusive content. Link on screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you all in skills.